Morning, everybody. A warm word of welcome to each and everyone present, especially friends of Patrick from Kempton Park days, as well as Sue, Jean. Also, a family of Wendy. A warm word of welcome to you. And on the right-hand side, it will be all the colleagues of Jackie. Thank you very, very much for coming today to support Patrick and myself during this difficult time. Really, it has been a hard time for Patrick since March, losing his beloved wife Shirley, and then Jackie on the 16th, just the other day. So each one of you are very, very welcome, and we open our hearts to everything that will happen today, and we know that everything will go well. So you are more than welcome to join the memorial service. The program will be very short and sweet. Patrick, are you going to come up now and say a few words?
I know we're going to get up there, but I'm going to say a few words.
Or do you want to wait a bit?
I'll wait a bit.
Okay, then I'll ask Fialwa. Where's Fialwa? Oh, there you are. Please come forward to say a few words about Jackie, eh? I heard you were a very, very good friend. She told me. Wonderful. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Vialwa Uvuvu, or Vuvs, as Jackie used to say. And I've known her since 2017 when we started working together at Aquarius Recruitment. She was my senior there, and she trained me in my first job in recruitment, and we became fast friends since then. I was also lucky enough to work with her again a couple of years later at TMF Group as well. Jackie was probably the best person that I could have asked for to introduce me to the world of recruitment, because she was always such a warm and bubbly person who loved helping people. And most importantly, she was very stubborn, and I think that helped her navigate the no's that sometimes come in recruitment. Jackie really enjoyed her work and meeting new people and hearing more about them and their ambitions. And her favorite thing was making offers to candidates as well, because she would always, especially if it was a new graduate looking for their first opportunity, she would say those were her favorite roles, because she always would make sure to get them super excited and prep for interviews, and she'd be just as much excited for them as they were for every single one of them. She loved doing the hiring and not the firing, as she would say. She used to say she enjoyed changing people's lives and their families as well. That's how she always wanted to look at things, and she loved seeing her new candidates succeed and move on to bigger and better opportunities. She always made sure that she went to bat for people she believed in, and she was the type of person you could always rely on. Our friendship grew from traveling into office together daily while singing along to the radio and moaning about traffic, lunches to celebrate the wins, and random wine tastings so she can enjoy some red wine. She always used to say white wine was like hooligan juice and a recipe for disaster, so she wouldn't go there. Whenever there was a state of the nation or something happening in a parliament, we'd always head off on early dinner and drinks and just have fat chats and laughs just to escape the traffic. Escaping the traffic was something she always wanted to do, because I think it pained her to sit still for that long in a spot. She was someone who could easily make a person feel welcome, and she could strike up a conversation with anyone, really. She was usually able to connect with people and find a way to connect with them. She was someone who was fiercely loyal, and she would protect those closest to her as much as she could. And she was quick to try and make you laugh, just to put a smile on your face. I'll miss her in the chats we'd have, her kindness and her warmth, her love for her family, and her determined and stubborn nature. Thank you, Jackie, for being a great friend. You were loved and cherished, and you will be missed. Thanks, everyone.
Come here, and come, young man.
It's my leg.
Don't fall now.
Okay, I'm just going to say a few words about Shirley. Now, Shirley and I were married for 57 years. And I met her when she was still a young lady playing tennis. And I was standing one day and she walked past the house and I waved to her. And from then onwards, that was how we met, you know. And we went out and we got married. And that's when Jackie was born also. So she was a direct result of Shirley and I. Shirley was an incredible person. She never disliked anybody. Everybody was friends. She always found some good to say about somebody. And she was my partner. She was my best friend, my drinking buddy. We used to go horse racing together. We used to go to the Kruger Park together. We went all over. We went overseas together. We actually had a hell of a good time. And then she became sick, and that wasn't very nice, you know, to see a bubbly kind of person like that just slowly disappear. And I'm going to miss her for the rest of my life, you know, and it's very difficult. And Jackie, I don't know if we can say anything like that, because I think when Shirley died, something died in her too, in Jackie, because she was very close to her mom, you know, and we always thought maybe there was it had something to do with it, but we're not 100% sure, you know. But Jackie too, conscientious. I have never yet seen a person working from home who was as conscientious as Jackie. I used to tell her often, she used to get a hoppers as she was in the office, 5 o'clock she would go out again. She would never, if I had to go to hospital with my legs, would take it during her lunchtime. She would never take time off or nothing. She was really, and she enjoyed working with you guys. Yeah, she really did. You know, she said you guys were very special. So that's just a few words I'd like to say about everybody, and they're going to be missed. You know, and I've got another daughter too, who's lying in Qatar at the moment, and she's also quite sick at the moment, also in hospital. I just hope that things will turn out there, you know, will turn out well, because it's hard to lose your children. You're supposed to go first. That's the law, but it doesn't work that way, you know. So let's just hope everything goes right. And I want to thank you people for making a special trip, because Camps Bay, I don't know, I always want to live in Camps Bay, but Gordons Bay is always a bit out of the way, you know. So thank you guys for coming, especially all of you. And thanks for being so good to Jackie and to the family. I appreciate it. Thank you. All yours.
Yeah. You'll be okay?
Oh, I should be okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I just also would like to say a few words about Shirley. Okay, let brother sit. Whoopsie.
Okay.
Yes, I'd just like to say a few words about Shirley. I've been privileged to know Shirley since my teens. So guys, you can work out how old I am. And that is when I met Shirley. And she got married to Patrick. And Patrick was still in the Navy, a young man, nice, handsome young man. He was 20. Yeah, he's still handsome. When they got married, I can still remember my late mom saying to me, yes, you know, Shirley stuck away. She was scared of you, Mom. She was scared of you. She stuck behind Patrick when Mom was introduced. But yes, I also had a wonderful mother. We had a wonderful mother. So as I say, really, Shirley was one of a kind, loving and caring. She, as Patrick has already said, she never said a bad word about anybody. And our association has spun many, many years. And I can honestly stand here today with a clear conscience and say we never ever had any words. Not a single dispute or argument or anything. Shirley really lived for her family, for Patrick and all the children. Yes, Wayne, Beverly, Jackie, and Wendy. And she really, really put the family first. I can also remember Shirley, she was very, very good with her sense of direction. Mine is very, very poor. And she was a fantastic driver. That is when she was still 100%. She knew Cape Town at the back of her hand. She was so good. And she always said to me, Denise, if you get lost, just follow the mountain and you'll be able to get to your destination. Shirley was really a wonderful person, also a dreamer. Once I said to her, I can remember, Shirley, you know, I've got some renovations to do at my home in Queenstown. She said, Denise, don't worry, man. I'll get the builders. I'll get my builders from Cape Town. They'll come and help you. That is the type of person she was. Shirley also loved the outdoor. As I say, we've also spent many, many holidays in Cape Town, in Kempton Park. I've been to all the houses that Patrick and Shirley bought through their life. We also we were privileged to go to the Kruger Park, to go to Neisner, and really, it was lovely. My family also went with. Shirley also loved to play sport. She was a good tennis player, and that is now what Patrick also said when he met her. She loved also to play squash, and in her later years, she played bridge. She loved the bridge, and she loved the women, her clan, I'd say. It was a group of people. As I say, Shirley was also a businesswoman. In her earlier years, she joined the firm Blaine's. That's right, eh?
Blind, yeah.
And she started out as a secretary, hey Patrick? And then she made her way up, and she became a rep. They sold pressure gauges. So it was more a man's world that she entered into. And then in the last couple of years here in Cape Town, I was also present when she did it. She did marketing for food. You know, the cheeses, Fairview, and various other things that she promoted. Yeah, as I say, Shirley will be dearly, dearly missed by everyone, especially my dear brother. I just hope that he's going to be able to cope on his own. I'm sure he will, We just get that leg going better. So as I say, today is really a sad day because we have to celebrate the life of Shirley and Jackie. Shame, and just on a note on Jackie, I was also with her since March I came, and then she was already sick, and it was so sad to see her. But she was strong, and she faced her sickness with bravery. And during all this time, she was also caring for me, caring for Patrick. Said, Denise, can I make you a cup of coffee? I said, man, don't worry, man, I'll come right. She was really, really caring. And from the conversations that we also had, she loved her work. She loved her work. She spoke about the line managers and everything. She said, Denise, you won't understand it. I work for a big company all over the world. But as I say, very, very conscientious. As Patrick said, she started off at 8, she worked right through until 5. But that is Jackie. So at the end of the day, I'm so glad we are here to celebrate the life of Shirley and Jackie. Thank you. And then I would like to call upon Angie, who I've also met, to come and say a few words about Jackie. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name's Angie. I belong to the talent acquisition team at TMF, and I'm actually here to represent one of our colleagues who can't be here because she's based in Poland, and that just says everything about Jackie. We've got on the YouTube stream, we've got colleagues joining from the Netherlands, from Poland, from the UK and Serbia, and all over the world. And her manager is a lovely lady called Kasia Wojtas, and she's written a dedication for Jackie, and she's so much more than just a colleague. She really is a friend to Kasia and to the whole TA team, and of course to the greater TMF. So to read Kasia's words. Today we come together to remember and honor Jacqueline Dowd, our dear colleague, our teammate, our friend, whom many of us knew simply and fondly as Jackie. And I apologize, I'm very fragile. Jackie joined the talent acquisition team at TMF in March 2022. And from the very beginning, it was clear that she was someone special. She quickly became an invaluable part of our team, not only because of her professionalism and dedication, but because of who she was as a person. Jackie brought with her a rare combination of strength and warmth. She was reliable, committed, and genuinely passionate about her work. She took great pride in recruitment, and through her expertise, particularly across South Africa and Mauritius, she helped shape and grow our teams, leaving a meaningful and lasting contribution to TMF. But beyond her professional achievements, it is who Jackie was that we will remember most. She had a kindness that was effortless and sincere. She greeted people with a smile that could lift a room and carried a positive energy that she shared generously with everyone around her. Even during difficult moments, Jackie had a way of bringing light, often through her great sense of humor. She had a gift for making people smile, sharing a witty comment or a well-timed joke that could brighten even the busiest or most challenging days. Her laughter was warm and genuine, and it brought people together. She was someone who showed up for her work, for her colleagues, for her people, always willing to help, always ready to support, always present with empathy and understanding. Her generosity of spirit touched many of us more deeply than we may have had the chance to say. Jackie had made a beautiful difference in our lives, not just professionally, but personally. She reminded us through her everyday actions of the importance of kindness, of positivity, and of showing up for one another. While we feel profound sadness in her absence, we also carry forward so much of what she gave us. In every act of kindness, every shared laugh, every supportive gesture, every moment of teamwork, there, Jackie's spirit lives on. Let us remember her not only with grief, but with gratitude. Gratitude for the time we shared, for the impact she made, and for the warmth she brought into our lives. Jackie will always remain in our hearts, respected, cherished, and deeply missed. May we continue her legacy by treating each other with the same kindness, care, positivity, and sense of humor that she gave so freely. Thank you, Jackie. You made a difference that will never be forgotten. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Angie. Really, that touched the heart and soul. Thank you very much. Is there anybody else who would like to say a few words? Please come forward.
Cool. Good morning, everyone. So my name is Neil Krill. I currently oversee the operations for TMF, so I work very closely with Jackie in South Africa. So I thought I'll just sort of share a few words. So I think a lot of what has been said this morning by Mr. Dowd, I suppose by Vuvalwa as well as Katazana, I can definitely attest to. I think if I sort of look at us as a business in South Africa, we started 4 years ago. We had 0 employees. We're about 300 employees now. And I think Jackie was very, very crucial in bringing us to where we are today. Definitely a people's person. I think of that 300 people, between her and Vuvalwa, probably solely between the two of them, they probably recruited 250 of those people. So Jackie definitely was passionate about the work. I mean, in this 4 years, I can't think of a single instance where I had a disagreement or an argument with her. 0 complaints from her. She was loved by all of her colleagues, very friendly. I think she was very nice. I mean, she always had a smile on her face. And I think what's really inspiring for me was, even on the last, now, she was always the same Jackie. The person she pitched up, despite all the challenges she had, I think she was very, very strong. She was a fighter. Where we had obviously a lot of collaboration. I think when it comes to office, I think Fugu said she likes hiring, not firing. So she would always kind of steer away from conflict. And she would always have people's best interests at heart. I think, as an example, usually when we make offers, we usually make offers relative to qualifications, to people's experience. Often there's times where we need to make an offer, and I said, okay, maybe let's go with X amount. But then Jackie would tell me, okay, but this person's studying MBA. And I said, yeah, but don't necessarily have industry experience. Yes, but she's also got an LLB. She also managed 5 people. So there'd always be this back and forth between, I suppose, me and Jackie. She would never really directly challenge me or be rude with me. But what I did kind of sum up with Jackie, when she don't necessarily agree with me on something, she would raise her voice. She would speak a bit louder, but she would still obviously speak in a polite manner. So I think aside from work, aside from all the hard work, I think that's evident to everyone. I think there's definitely a big void and gap, but I think what definitely will be remembered by all of us, it's the positivity she brought. I think the person she is, the great personality she had. I think Jackie, even more than me, probably knows more people in South Africa, in our RDC, compared to me on a more personal level. as I said, she was definitely loved by everyone. The memories we shared, the friendships we created, that's definitely there for a lifetime. And as Angie also said, we'll truly keep that in our hearts. So Jackie will be missed, and just wanted to say thank you to Jackie. I mean, thanks to the family for inviting us too, and may your soul rest in peace. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. What wonderful words. Thank you very, very much. Is there anybody else who would like to share one or two things? Anything further? Then I want to really thank everybody for taking the time to be here today with Patrick and myself. Thank you very, very much. Without you, could not have a service. Patrick said, Denise, it's only going to be you and I. I said, no, man, don't worry. There are going to be more people coming. And I can say honestly, and I said it this whole week, Jackie worked for a wonderful company. I could see it from the visits and all the talks, really, and I appreciate that she was happy in her work. That was really very, very crucial. And I want to thank the firm for that and going the extra mile and also supporting Patrick with everything. Thank you very, very much. And thank you also, Jean, for coming. Really, Patrick really appreciates it. Also, the two friends at the back, Patrick worked with both, eh?
No, another one, but the one that I was with.
Okay. And thank you very, very much, really.
We've been friends a long while.
Yes, that's a long, long time ago, Kempton Park. So really, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'd like to thank everybody really for coming to spend the time of celebrating the life of Shirley and Jackie. They will be dearly missed. And I would also say after the proceedings, refreshments will be served. So please feel free to join us. There is enough for everyone. Thank you very much. Travel safely and God bless. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take my paper. No, it's in here.